Hello, hello, friends. I'm getting everything all hooked up. All right. Oh, you can see the edge of my desk. Push this. Hey, you know what? That's okay. Gives a little bit of color. All right. If you are watching, drop a quick comment just to say hello. And I'm so sorry. I know I'm about a minute and a half, 2 minutes late to starting today. I had to get a post situated on Instagram and then it had to go like right at 2. And I was like, well, maybe just a minute or so late. And I apologize for that. Oh, Carrie, hello. I'm guessing you're having some Kindred crafty fun. So I hope the event is going well today. And thanks for stopping by and saying hello. All right. It's a little bit of a delay on this, but that's all right. All right, if you're dropping by today, leave me a quick comment just to say hello. And I am going to apologize in advance if you hear any dogs sniffing. One of my dogs has decided that she'd like to crash my Facebook Live, and she's currently on sniff duty patrol around my craft area. So that's lots of fun, thanks to Winnie. But if you hear a dog, that's why. But hello, everyone. Justin here, and I'm excited for another Kindred Stamps Facebook Live. And I know that I've tried to do different types of lives featuring different types of techniques and products, and today I thought that we would do a C project using an older set, but also using the new Aloha Waves hot foil plate. So I'm going to show you guys how this looks when we use it and have a little bit of fun. So let's go into it. No, Winnie, you can go lay down somewhere. Okay, I have work to do. See, she's crashing my live. But what I want to go ahead and do first is I do want to get this little guy colored up from the Sea Monster Kids set. So I've got that all ready to go. And we're using this guy right here, and I think we're going to use the sentiment, hope your birthday goes swimmingly, because I can never add too many birthday cards to my stash. So let's get into a little bit of coloring with this guy. So we're going to start off with some BG57. On the big TV, oh goodness, how fun is that? And hello, Debbie. So we're going to start with some BG57. And this is going to be... for this kid, this is going to be like the darkest color for his scaly skin. All right. So we're also going to do a little bit of his fins. All right, then we'll do his body. Just anywhere that there would be a shadow. His legs. And then we'll do his tail. Just kind of twisted my image to make sure I'm getting it where I need it to go. All right. We've got our first color put down. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be BG23. Hello, Shelly. Thanks for stopping by. And Kristen, if I didn't say hello, hello to you, and Patsy, of course, as well. But I figured Patsy and Carrie were together, but you still gotta say hello to people who stop by. All right, so you're going with some BG23. Bringing out those colors. Now, I did work with this set when it released. I believe it was last year in the summer. maybe May or June. And I'm doing a little bit of a different color palette for this kid than I did last time because I don't know, sometimes I like changing things up. Go under his chin. Do this tail. The first color is always the hardest to lay down because you want to make sure you're not going outside of any lines, that you're not laying it down too thick. All right. Next, let's go in with some YG03, which is yellow-green. And this is when you start to get that yellowness to his skin. Go and add that color in. His chin, just like that. All right. Get that tail. Then we've got, maybe draw a little bit further out for the chest. All right, perfect. Next, we're gonna do some YG01. It's actually gonna be the last color for his body. And see how that blue kind of still maintains over where, like, when I used it for the shadow? That's what I was going for. I didn't want it to be like dark green. I wanted it to maintain that blueness. Perfect. All right, so we've got our first layer down. He's looking pretty cute. So we're gonna go in and repeat it. And then, hello, Michelle. Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks for stopping by. All right, we've got, going back to some BG57. Just keep on adding in that shadow. You know, we're gonna actually make his nose a little darker around that area. By his pants. There. All right. So we've got that all layered down. I know I'm kind of blocking a handful of the image with my hand, so I do apologize for that. All right, now we're gonna go with some BG23. those fins and then his arms. Perfect. All right. Then let's go in with some YG03. Then finish up with some YG01. See, this comes together nice and quick. I kind of like coloring characters that don't just use standard flesh tone colors. It's kind of fun to color them up. Something different, like him being green. I know his friend in this set is a really cool, like blue-violet coloring. All right. Make sure his little fins are all taken care of, and I think they are. Perfect. Oop, we gotta run away. All right. Let's go in. I'm going to do dots at the end. So let's go in with some head. I guess that would be his hair, but it's just scales. We're going to go in with some BB08. Just kind of trace along those scales anywhere a shadow would be. Once again, very sorry for my dog deciding to crash today's live. She has been a little extra needy the last couple days, but that's kind of in her nature, so it's not that out of the norm. Do under there, and then we'll do the tail. Like that. All right, so let's go in next. Let's do some BG06. This part might take a little on the longer side, but that's okay. I used the blue-violet, the BB08 first, because I'm trying to be as true to their coloring as possible. And there is a little bit of purpliness to these scales. So I thought if I applied it in the form of the shadow, it would maintain it. Then let's go on to some BG04. Begin lightening this up. And I am going to go in and add some dots and gel pen accents. Winnie. Look at this dog, I tell you, man. All right, then we'll finish with some BG01 as the highlight. And I really like how light this is because it really allows a depth of color with these scales. Just like that. All right, and then we'll do the tail. My house is about to be turned into a zoo for the next week because my parents are going out of town. And we always flip back and forth between dog sitting when we travel. And so they've got 2 dogs, I've got 2 dogs, so lots of dogs. That's okay. All right, let's go back in with some BB08 and repeat the process. Tail. See, at least after this part is done, the rest is kind of minimal. All right, some BG06. BG04. And finish off with some BG01. I'm getting a really nice depth of color in here. Really kind of makes these look like individual scales. All right. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll work on his clothes. So, well, his pants. He's not wearing a shirt. YG99. And then YG97. And finish with YG95. All right, let's go back in. Do some YG99. YG97. And YG95. Perfect. All right. Now we just got to work on his smile and his mouth. So let's do some RV34. RV32. And RV10. Kind of my go-to for the inside of mouths. Let's go ahead and repeat it. RV34. RV32. And RV10. All right, work on the teeth. We'll do C4. We'll do it in the corners. We'll do C2. Kind of bring it out a little bit. We'll do C0. And use a little bit of colorless blender. And it will lighten up, even though it looks very dark right now. I know it'll lighten up. All right, so I think what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're gonna go in and add some dots of color. So what I'm gonna do is I've got, for the scales, I kind of like to use most of the same color. I'm talking about his skin, not his hair. We're gonna go in and we're gonna do some B18. And hello, Christian, so glad you stopped by. Just kind of adding some dots. Kind of where the shadows would go. I'm also going to go ahead and use this color on the tail and the head pieces. Let's go ahead and add some lines to these scales. Just like that. And we'll just add some dots. All right, and I'm gonna go in with my next color of BG57, and we're gonna do this on the green area only. Just to kind of make him look even more scaly. All right, I'm going with some BG23. Going into lighter colors because it just helps kind of fade the scales out a little bit. So it also gives them a nice blend. that. Let's go in. I think the last color I'm going to use for this is the YG03. Going with some BG08. Perfect. And I think it's time to add a little bit of gel pen accent. And of course, I left that on my other craft area. So sorry about the noise. Hello, Sherry. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're staying nice and comfortable with the weather today. It's nice and sunny where we're at in the suburbs. All right. Let's see. There's a gel pen. So I've just got to go ahead. Got a number 10 gel pen in white. I'm just going to kind of go in and add a few white dots. I try not to go crazy because it can really kind of take over your project if you do too many of these. So I'm trying to kind of use them a little sparingly so he doesn't look polka dotted. This is also a great chance that if you made any little blemishes along the way, that you can just kind of dot them, correct them, and no one would ever know. Just like that. Awesome. And he's all done. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. All right, bring him up a little closer so you guys can see. So we've got him all colored up and ready. We've just got to fussy cut him out and then we can get into some hot foiling. So I think he turned out pretty cute. So I'm just gonna kind of trim him off. And he's got some narrow areas that would make me nervous to fussy cut him exactly on the line. So I think I'm just gonna give him a little white border as I normally do with my images. And yes, Christian, we'll be doing a little bit of hot foiling today using the new Aloha Waves plate. Oh, you're doing it on the line. Good luck. Good luck, Christian. This is one of those images that for me, it would make me go just like, ugh. It's a little tedious on the line for me. You know, the one image that I always decide to fussy cut right on the line, and then sometimes I have immediate regrets for a specific reason. The villain in the Once Upon a Nap stamp set, I'm always like, oh, look at all those smooth lines. I'll just cut her out right on the lines. And I do. And then I forget she's got a staff. And the staff is rather thin. And anytime I do it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to give this staff an accidental like decapitation. But that's one of my all-time favorite images by Kindred, is that villain from Once Upon a Nap. All right. cut this little guy out nice and carefully. All right. I'm getting quiet, just getting towards the end and focusing, you know, as one does. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. Perfect. He is all cute and ready. Next, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of ink blending for our main panel of the card. So what I've gone ahead and done is gotten a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock. And I just want to do a quick light blue to dark blue ombre on here, and we're going to use this to hot foil directly on top of. So let's go and let's start with some salvage patina. I've got my block to protect my paper. Let's go in next. One color I've been using a lot of lately is Mermaid Lagoon because it reminds me a lot of Salty Ocean, but it has like just a smidge of green in it. And I love that. All right, we'll take that salvage patina. Blend that line. Right. Perfect. And then we'll do some prize ribbon. Getting some ocean-y colors in here, you know, as one does for a card like this. All right, and then let's go back in with some that Mermaid Lagoon blender just to kind of blend it. I feel like I need to go in with a little bit more salvage patina though, just for that blend. That's a bit better. All right. So now let's go in and just get some bleach marks with some water, since these oxides are color reactive. Water reactive, not color reactive, my bad. That's perfect. Nice, fun, dappled water look. this off. Now let's get into a little bit of our hot foiling. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my hot foil glimmer machine. Let's see. Oh, phooey, the cable is just not, no, it'll work. All right, so I'm gonna set it up this way. It's gonna be a little, I'm gonna have to move it off to the side. This is just how my cable fits right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And I've gotta wait for this to turn green. So we're gonna wait for that. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. But what we're gonna do is I am going to try to situate my card so like the wave goes here and then it also goes here. I think I'm gonna try to do it twice. So we'll see how this works out for us. Oh, why did we get a little bit of blue up there? That's no good. We'll figure it out though. So I think that'll work nice. So I can probably start prepping this with some tape while this is heating up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some mint tape, which is a nice low tack adhesive. And then, all right, let's see, go like that, and then I can kind of fold it over, and that'll create a nice little hinge for it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this Aqua Sky hot foil by Thermoweb. Do it with a rotary trimmer. And then I should be able to just kind of tuck this in here, but it's a little on the big side. So I should probably trim it a little more. Just like that. That should work a little bit better. And a little bit off the top too. So I should be able to set this in my hinge, just like that. Perfect. And then when this warms up, this has got to turn green. I can begin the process of heating it, but honestly, I could put it on now and wait for that to warm up. And then I'll walk you guys through how it works. Now, because I did a little bit of water and inking on this, there's a very high chance that this may not turn out perfect as I'm passing it through. And that's of no fault to the hot foil plate. If it happens, it's just kind of the condition of the paper. But, ooh, it's like a little bit of a waiting game to see of how long it's gonna take to warm up. Oh, I don't know about you guys. I've had quite the crafty day. I recorded a video earlier today. I got like photos done. I just launched a post for an Instagram hop. So, oh, it's been a little bit of a long Saturday. And I still have to go out and cut our front lawn too, because my husband was so kind to cut the backyard the other day, even though it's my responsibility. So just a busy Saturday. I'm hoping this week isn't too bad up ahead, but hey, we'll see. You never know. You never know what's ahead. All right. Just waiting for this light. This has got to turn green right here. I can feel the heat, so it's working. Just take a little bit of time. But at least once it heats up, I don't really have to worry about it a second time because it kind of just stays warm. So I guess I could have had this preheating off to the side. I usually do when we're using a laminator during our lives, but just not for this one, and that's okay. It's all right. Come on, Mr. Machine. Let's go green. But I'm using, this is the Spellbinders Glimmer Machine. I know there's a couple out on the market right now. I know Gemini has one for certain. That's the only other one I know of for certain. Oh, we got our green, so I can hit the timer button and wait for that to stop blinking. But I know that the Glimmer Machine is kind of it seems like the most popular one from what I've seen. I could be wrong, but I feel like I see this one a lot. It's really easy to use because you just have to let it warm up, and then it tells you when it's warm, and you put your plate on and you hit the timer button. And once the timer stops flashing, you are good. Oh, Christian's had a busy day. Wow, I hope you can get it done. And you work tomorrow too. Ugh. On a Sunday. But you know what, though? That might just be part of your schedule. I know some of our Sundays are on Tuesdays, you know? Like, that's what our weekend is. So I get it. My husband works every Saturday, so he's at work right now. So I get it. I am going to start moving this off to the side. I'll let y'all know when it goes green. It just went solid. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to get our die cutting machine all in place. And this is a Platinum 6. Now what I am going to do is I am going to put a piece of paper just to kind of protect everything, give a little bit more pressure. And then we pass it through. And then I'll pass it through once more. All right, so let's see. Let's hope we got a good pass through. All right. Oh, I can see an imprint. So I think that's good news. All right. And there we have it. This is pretty perfect. There ain't too many complaints with this. Let me show y'all. Got that tape though. So we've got our first pass through. And it's really, really pretty. I love how that looks. Just a nice little Aloha Waves flourish. Oh, I love it. Now, I do want to use this again. It's a little warm, so I have to work with caution. Let's see. Just kind of get this into place. It's going to go right about there. Get a new piece of mint tape. Just kind of hinge that like that. We'll do a little bit more of this aqua sky. Be careful, Justin. There we go. Perfect. Let's see, what do I have to trim off? Do a little off the top and a little bit of an angle. So let's do like about this much off the top. And then, like I said, oh, wait a minute. It's not gonna be that much. Do a little bit of an angle. All right. Let's see what I got. Oh, that's not correct. We want it like this. Wait a minute. No, I had it right. If this goes face up, then you want to see. So I want to do it like this. Okay, we're good. We are A-okay. So we're going to do it just like that. So I'm going to set this off to the side so it can begin to heat up, and I'll hit the timer button. Checking on comments. Oh, thank you so much, Dee. It really is pretty. I love hot foil. I'm such a sucker. Such a sucker for hot foil. But even too, like, depending on what size you use, look at this negative. You could go in and use this for another card, and it would be so pretty. That's right, we're just waiting. Okay, kids, go somewhere. Now I've got both of my dogs in here. Why, I don't know. All right, just waiting for that solid green light from my timer. Come on, green. It's still flashing. You know, just, there we go. All right, so we're gonna go in. Get my sandwich going. Let's go in, get everything to our last reveal. And just kind of peel this off. Oh, look at that. Double rainbow all the way, man. I love this. Oh, that's so pretty. You know what? If I can toot my own darn horn, my placement of where these go is not that bad either. So let's go in. So I'm going to turn my machine off. It's not too hot, so I can put it over here. Great. Set this off to the side. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. We are going to die cut it just a little bit. Just going to kind of carefully take that off. All right. So now what I want to go ahead and do is I've got my card basics set. And this is, gosh, you guys, this die set is so well loved. If you can just see how dirty my magnet is and how my label is peeling off, I use the, probably weekly, I use this die set. All right. Let's go in. Use some. Hey, Winnie. My dog is running like a maniac. Oh, boy. Oh, this dog. So much energy. I wish I could bottle her energy and keep it for myself. Sometimes you hear me call her ma'am, too. I go, ma'am. She looked at me. Just making sure it's nice and lined up. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've got my die cutting machine once again. I've got a new sandwich that I have to prepare. Pop this out. Oh, it didn't fully cut. That's okay. I'll just trim it with my scissors. So every once in a while when I don't place it correctly, that happens. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so now we just kind of gotta work on our sentiment and begin putting some pieces together. So let's see. I wanted to use some of the new Oceans Calling cards or paper pack, and I think I do like this for a frame, but I don't know if I'm not committed. I was actually kind of, yes, I think I want to use that one. Let's go, oh, you know what? I'll just be safe and use that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim that down to A2 sized. Trim this edge off. All right. Let me check comments for a second. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Dee says she's new to hot foil. I'm glad he watched me create with it. I was on the fence about investing in hot foil machines and supplies. It is definitely an investment. Absolutely. I don't blame you one bit for wanting to do your research for that. It's really pretty though. And what's kind of nice is once you find a couple plates that you really like the foils, you get a lot of quantity with them. So they last you a good chunk of time. Sorry. So let's go ahead. We're going to glue this down. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wait, where did my image go? I found it, don't worry. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh wait, that's the wrong card. I'm putting this on first. I'm like, wait a minute. Why did I do that? This is why. All right. Go ahead and take this tape off the back. Oop, my bad. We'll glue this. All right. Ooh, a little goopy right there. That's okay. Just kind of move that into place. But see, this is a really fun way to use your smaller hot foil plates and kind of stretch them. And when I say smaller, I mean ones that just aren't like an A2 sized plate. All right, so we've got that. That's pretty good. Maybe just a wee. Yes, there we go. All right, so I think what I want to do is I want to put him, I was going to put, ooh, he's going to go in the center of all of this, and the sentiment's going to go underneath him. Yes, I was going to put him off to the side, but no, he needs to be kind of in the center. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our sentiment. I've got some blue paper, and hopefully it fits in here. Kind of, it should. Probably just too big. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It'll fit. We'll be fine. We'll fussy cut this out too. Grab our stamp set. And you know what? Instead of the birthday sentiment, I want to use this chow one. Because I think it's nice and bold. Who doesn't like a little bit of Italian flair? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my anti-static tool. Go ahead, pick that up, brush a little off, take my Kindred Stamps embossing ink pad. Of course, got the nice big Kindred Stamps logo. It always makes me happy to see the Kindred Stamps logo on my craft desk. That means I'm doing something fun. All right, let's do it. One more. And let me get a piece of paper. And some Snowfall embossing powder. Let's warm this up. All right. Now while that's drying, I'll do a little bit of cleanup work. And we are very close to the end of this card. Just got to kind of do a little bit of assembly and we should be good to go. Maybe, then again, you could argue that the whole card making process is an assembly. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about the dog noises. You know what, though? It's kind of like comforting at the same time because we love our fur babies. And it just means they love you too. All right. So let's go ahead. This should be all nice and cool. So I'm going to take my microfiber cloth and just wipe it off. And just kind of do a chunky, fussy cut job. That's not as chunky as I wanted it to be, but okay. I do get in the habit for larger sentiments. I do like fussy cutting them out. I just think when you fussy cut them out, they really pop. All right. Let's see. So we're going to have, it's going to say ciao. Yeah, I want it down here. Perfect. Just kind of like that. And where is my foam tape? So we can start putting things on. The color was Aqua Sky Foil, Christian. That is from Deco Foil. I Thank you. It does look really good. I don't mean to say that in a way that I'm like tooting my own horn, but I'm like, oh, it does pop really nicely with the blues. But it's Aqua Sky by Decofoil. They have a couple blues and blue-green colors. But yeah, this is pretty. And also keep in mind, so I know like this was released with a lot of water sets or water kind of base sets just came out with this release, but remember there's a lot of water sets to begin with that Kindred has. So there's Ocean Royalty. There is this one, Sea Monster Kids. There's Chomp. It would look really good with that one. I also was thinking about using the Career Day Lifeguard set. I think that's another one that would work really well with this. And hello, Nikki. So put it kind of right there. Kind of in the middle of the swirl. I think where I put my enamel dots would be helpful. And like one more narrow piece trimmed into two pieces. Do like one there. And one on the little bay tail. All right, just like that. Oh, I like that, but I don't want to block off his tail. Just trying to make sure there's not somewhere else I want it to go. You know what? I actually think I might put it down here in the corner instead of just directly underneath him. I think that's pretty. Or I go up here. Maybe go up there. Now we're doing down there. Sorry, see, I'm like indecisive on where it's going to go, but wherever it goes, it'll be pretty. All right, let's just line it up. Perfect. And let's do, I've got some just clear glitter dots in my stash that I want to use. And I think that they work really well with water as like the theme. Let's go ahead and start adding them. I might go a little more crazy with them, but that's okay. No, ma'am. And let's just add, I'm going to do one more trio of these. Oop, got jumper. We'll do like one like that. And that. Perfect. And y'all, I think we've got it. So there we go. So we've got the new Aloha Waves foil plate that we used twice in one card to help make a fun background. And I love that it looks like he's like caught in a current or, oh, just super pretty. Let me see if I can, how well I can catch the light for you. Ooh, there we go. So I will, of course, I will get this posted into the fan club probably later today, maybe tomorrow. So you guys can see, and of course the replay will be available if you want to craft along. Oh, thanks so much, Amy. I hope you're having fun crafting and at the crafty date. I hope you all, if I'm still on the screen, I hope you all are having a wonderful time. I hope Audra brought some goodies too to shop or something. You know, that's always fun. So thank you guys all so very much for being here today, this Saturday. Like I said, I will get this posted into the fan club soon. I'll be back next month. Like I said, we're now doing 2 lives a month with me. So I'll probably do one very soon for the March challenge theme. So that'll be fun. And not March. Oh my goodness. May. This was like the last live I did when I kept on calling it the wrong months. So we'll have fun. I was gonna say, just, you know, I just need to get over confusing the M months. So thank you all so much for being here. And I hope you guys are going to have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. I will be back soon, like I said, for another Facebook Live. But if you ever have any questions, feel free to tag me in the fan club or just comment on the video, and I will try to get to it as soon as I can. So thank you all so very much. Thank you, Amy, Christian, Dee, Nikki, Michelle, Maria. Thank you all for being here today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye.